Okay, so good morning everyone. Once again, you are welcome in SST lecture. So today we will continue with our chapter number 4th of geography, minerals and power. So we are taking the topic of distribution of minerals in India. So we have discussed some minerals and now we will move ahead. So let's start with the nuclear power. So nuclear power, what is nuclear power? So this power is obtained from energy stored in the nuclei of atoms of naturally occurring radioactive elements like uranium and thorium. Okay, so these two radioactive elements are widely used for producing nuclear power or for generating nuclear power. So these elements undergo nuclear fission in nuclear reactors and emit power. So it's a chemical, it's a nuclear reaction. Okay, it is between the elements, it is between the nuclei of atoms. Okay, so what happened in, there are two types of nuclear reactions: fission, nuclear fission and nuclear fusion. What happens in nuclear fission reaction, nuclear reaction, uh, two atoms, the atom is separated. ठीक है, इसमें जो एटम है वो टूट जाती है, दो बन जाती हैं उसकी, और फिर उससे ज़्यादा आगे आगे बनती चली जाती हैं, और उसमें से जो एनर्जी रिलीज होती है in the form of heat, that energy is used to produce electricity. Then what is fusion? This is the opposite of fission. Okay, in this the two atoms get combined with each other, and in this process also the energy is released. Okay, so this is how nuclear fission and nuclear fusion reactions take place. So generally, while we producing uh, nuclear energy or nuclear power, the nuclear fission reaction is done. So it is done in nuclear reactors, and for this we have to build the nuclear power plants. The greatest producer of nuclear power are US and Europe. In India, Rajasthan and Jharkhand have large deposits of uranium. Thorium is found in large quantities in the monazite sands of Kerala. Nuclear power stations in India are located in Kalpakkam in Tamil Nadu, Tarapur in Maharashtra, Rana Pratap Sagar near Kota in Rajasthan, Naroda in Uttar Pradesh, and Kaiga in Karnataka. So, in these places, in these states, nuclear power stations have been installed or nuclear power plants have been constructed. Now let's discuss about the non-conventional sources of energy. What are non-conventional sources? The sources which are we are not using right now or for you can say few years earlier. Okay, so these are the new sources of energy. They are also known as renewable sources of energy because their supply never runs out. They are eco-friendly sources of energy as they do not pollute the environment. Energy stored in sunlight, wind, flowing water, sea waves, geothermal heat, and biomass can be converted into heat or electricity. Okay, so if you have heard about all these sources of energy, you must know that they are eco-friendly. They do not release harmful gases or harmful substances in the environment. Most of the renewable energy comes either directly or indirectly from the sun and wind. They can never be exhausted and therefore are called renewable. Okay, so these sources of energy will never be exhausted, therefore we call them renewable sources of energy. Now let's see what the info capsule says. The world could produce about 1.6 lakh megawatts of power through non-conventional energy sources and also save the environment from pollution. So what we are doing right now, we are using the energy of fossil fuels. For example, coal and petroleum products. If we replace them by non-conventional energy sources or the renewable sources of energy, then the pollution of the environment will stop automatically. Okay. Now hydroelectric power. Hydro, wherever the word hydro comes, it means it is related to water. So hydroelectric power is the electricity generated by the utilizing the potential of falling water. So anything which is moving, it is having kinetic energy. Anything which is stagnant, it is having potential energy. So kinetic energy of the water is converted into then potential. Okay. Now we are using actually kinetic energy of the running water. Okay. The force of the water falling under gravitational force is used to rotate a turbine which is connected to a generator which produces electricity. The leading producers of hydel power in the world are Paraguay, Norway, Brazil, and China. So these are the largest producers of hydroelectricity in the world. And in India, you can also see that we have a lot of river valley projects, okay, dams. They are called multi-purpose river valley projects. Now, solar energy. Solar energy is a freely available source of energy and is abundant in tropical countries. The sunlight received from the sun can be trapped in solar cells to produce electricity. Many of these cells are connected with solar panels to generate power for heating and lighting purpose. Solar energy is also used in solar heaters, solar cookers, and solar dryers. It is also used for running motors, pumps, for community lighting, and in traffic signals. So how the energy of the sun is converted into electricity by using solar cells. Now, solar cells don't act individually. We have to use them as panels. How these panels are formed. Let's see how these panels are formed. Solar cells, large number of solar cells are arranged in such this type of panel. They are called solar panels. So you can see here a number of solar cells are arranged in a single sheet. This entire thing is called solar panel. So when heat is sun rays fall over here, they traps the energy. They trap this energy. Okay, these are sun rays. They trap this energy and then convert them into they convert it into electricity which can be used to generate electricity. Okay. This one is called solar cell. Okay. So many solar cells are interconnected to form a solar panel. Then let's say it produces heat which can be used. Okay. So these sources of energy are totally eco-friendly and do not produce any waste or pollutant. They are free of cost and they will never end. They will never exhaust. They are renewable sources of energy.